Hi guys, it's Erin. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to give you an update of my weekly paycheck to paycheck budget. Apparently, I was extremely distracted. I just filmed this video and I could not have botched it up with the numbers any more than I did. So I am actually going to start over and write my header and get that down. As rudimentary as it is, I know it doesn't look very nice, but at least it's accurate. So what I want to do now is actually write some lines or jot down some lines because I am going to create my list of bills and all that fun stuff. I don't know what I was thinking when I was doing this video the first time, but I was taking the money that we had left over and I was saying, oh yeah, that's our bills, and I don't know. You know, sometimes I think, you know, you just get distracted and maybe tired, I don't know. So here I am writing down our bills column, our budget column, our actual, and our plus or minus, which just means what the difference is between what I budgeted and what we actually owe. So we only have two bills due this week. So that is our electric bill and our cell phone bill. And our electric, I always budget high just because that makes me feel more comfortable to do it that way. So I always budget $200. And for our cell phone, I budget $260. Unfortunately, our cell phone is pretty close to that amount because we have a couple devices, we have an iPad, we have service for everything, and it just gets to be a little bit expensive. And so our actual bill for electric is $138, and our actual bill for our cell phones is $254. So like I said, it is very close. That is a savings on both. $62? Yes, $62 for electric and a savings of $6 for the cell phone. And at this point, with the $6, I will take it because I can do something with that $6. I am totally happy with that. So I'm gonna make a line here just to make a division and write total. So our total actual bills are $382. And actually what I budgeted is $460. I really do think I am tired. This is $392. I really don't know what's going on with me. And this is a savings of $68. That's the difference between what I budgeted and what our actual is. So the income, again, I always kind of write things over and over, but it's just to kind of reflect everything, is $23.50. And I am subtracting $392. So let's do the math here, if I can. Oh my gosh. And that is $19.58 remaining. All right, so that's pretty good. That's after our bills, of course. Now we need to plug in our additional expenses. That's a bit of a different situation, but our additional expenses aren't too bad for this week. And I'm really trying to be quite frugal and make sure that I account for everything. So I'm gonna write additional expenses. I'm gonna underline that. Okay, this week we have food and dining out. and I am going to budget $100. Usually I budget $140, but we do have plenty of groceries still. We may have to pick up a few little things here and there, but whatever. I think we're gonna be just fine with $100. And I am, again, trying to be more frugal. And the reason for that is this is our last regular pay for a while. And I talked about this in some previous videos, and my husband is going to be laid off for a while. And it's unfortunate, no fault of his own, but still something that we have to deal with. And our income is going to be changing. How drastically, I don't know at this moment, because we don't have the figures quite yet of what he's going to be bringing in every week. Starting next week, but I will definitely be updating our budget and sharing that with you. Even though we're going through this transition, difficult time, I want to still stay true to what my plans for this channel were. Our fuel for our cars, I bumped up a little bit since gas has gone up. Usually it takes about $27 to fill my SUV. It takes about $45 to fill his truck, but gas prices have gone up, and I think that I'm good with increasing this to $80. I'm also going to include an extra credit card payment. As much as I don't want to, I think that it's definitely keeping me on track. And even though coloring in one block at a time, I just did a debt update, and all the blocks in my chart are worth $100. And even though coloring in just one block at a time feels really slow and not that exciting for me, I still think that if you look at it on a monthly basis, paying about $400 a month is a great thing. I think that that is definitely respectable. I've decided to do my budget, or I'm sorry, my credit card update videos once a month, because I just think that it makes more sense just to wait, give it 4 weeks, and see where we're at then. So I hope that you all agree with that. We also have my niece's birthday, and I will send her money or a gift card and spend $50. This is $348. I hope I'm right. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's write income again. It's $23.50 minus $392 for bills, which gave us $19.58 minus $348 in additional expenses. So that gives us $16.10 remaining. That is what I consider, or what I call, a discretionary fund. And the reason I call it that is because it's up to your discretion what you do with that money. At this point, I've explained before that I don't stuff cash envelopes or anything like that, just because I was using all our extra money to throw onto our debt. However, since I'm being a little bit more cautious with putting all of our extra money on debt right now, I need just to have some money kind of off to the side and make sure that we have enough to go around, just because our income is going to be reduced. So I think what I am going to do is cash envelope some of our money. So I'm gonna have to come up with some categories. Different things come up. We really haven't been spending too much, and if we did spend, I tried to reflect that in our budget. We're gonna make a Walmart run, we're gonna make a Target run, so on and so forth. I wanted to make sure that we have our extra money just kind of waiting in the wings for things that come up. So I think I am gonna get back to basics and start filling some envelopes with some cash, because right now, until we get his working situation back on track, which could be a while, I think that it would be good for us maybe to shift our focus from so much on these extra credit card payments to just everyday living expenses. I don't want to have you know, no buffer. I don't want to have nothing in the bank, you know, unless it's designated for paying debt or, you know, we're taking ourselves down to zero all the time. I think what I want to do is just start to live modestly, but also allow us to have, you know, some cash envelope style living where when things come up, we have those funds. We don't go over those funds, but we have them to kind of draw from and then, you know, go from there. And unfortunately, I think our debt is going to take a back seat for a while, but that doesn't mean that I'm not paying on it. We have our minimum monthly payment that we make, and plus I make these additional payments. So it's still going to come down. It's just not going to come down in the aggressive, dramatic way as our first debt. I'm okay with that. And I think that we just need to kind of put the brakes on some things and just kind of take things day by day and, you know, make the best of it and see what happens. So this is our budget, and that's my explanation, as kind of disjointed as it was. I just wanted to make sure that I kept you guys in the loop and that I was explaining things as best as possible so you can understand what's going on week to week. And of course, I will be back next week to show you what our new budget looks like. And in the meantime, I have lots of other videos to upload, including I have some ideas about motivation. I have some ideas about, you know, keeping yourself organized, whether it's at your home office or your work office. So if you guys are interested in those kinds of things, just let me know, because if so, I'm going to work even harder to produce that kind of content and introduce that into my channel, and hopefully it gets good reviews. So thanks so much for spending this time with me, guys. I really appreciate it. And thanks for all your kind words, your support. And of course, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you have a great weekend. And if you haven't already subscribed, I would love if you hit that subscribe button so we can stay connected through all my future videos. And I will see you guys next time. Take care.